Well, good morning, Mom. It's Tuesday, November 27th, and this is the update on what's going on in the backyard. As you can see from the pond, the water level is very low, which is good if we were expecting a hurricane. But at the end of the rainy season, this is not good. This is the mascot, Conrad, who supervises the backyard and all the construction going on there. Somebody abandoned him 10 years ago, and Tori and I have been taking care of him ever since. Conrad's a very good cat. Now this area here, under this enormous ficus tree, I planted 10 years ago with these little purple flowers that come back over and over again. But because it's so dry, nothing is blooming, and they're supposed to be in vibrant bloom. I'm going to have to start watering these plants at night. Getting back to the backyard, there is, let's see here. See if you can see that. That is the bougainvillea bush that I planted 2 years ago that I have basically dismembered and tried to turn it into a tree. This hibiscus bush, I'm also turning that into a tree. Actually, God's turning it into the tree. I'm just doing the trimming. Same with this hibiscus bush. I am pruning it so it grows like a tree rather than a bush. So getting back to the bougainvillea, and there's some trimmings from this morning's pruning. The bougainvillea is sharp and prickly, and my cats don't like it. So as you can see, I cut off all of the bottom branches. I've tied the stems together, and I tighten them once a week, drawing them closer and closer together. And as they get used to it, eventually I can take the rope away, because the tree will just grow all together in unity as a single trunk. That, by the way, would preach, but you'd have to come to church on Sunday to hear the message about that. So anyway, I've got all these beautiful flowers here behind the new AC unit. I picked up some juvenile croton, 2 different varieties of croton in the back there. And these little purple bluebells, they're designed, they come in clumps. So you plant a croton, then a clump of the purple, a croton, a clump of the purple, a croton, a clump of the purple, all the way around the edge here. This is the remains of the tree that was in my living room corner for 10 years. I just cut him back after I planted him out here last year. See, there's the stump from when he was in my living room. And this is the shoot that he put out about 3 months ago. The tree itself was all the way up there to the soffit, to the 2nd floor. I think I mentioned that to you on the phone, and then had to cut him back. So here's what's left after the cutback, and he's gonna probably grow up by this time 2 years from now and also be reaching up to the ceiling up there, the roof. This is my little orchid that has just stopped blooming. She was blooming all summer long. So now she's in a sort of a dormant phase. She's going to rest here, and her roots receive nutrients from the air. So when she starts blooming again in about 6 months, I'll send you some video. So these railroad ties, I brought them here yesterday along with that pallet of pavers and some other things. I'm going to have the railroad ties forming a boundary. I'm also going to use these little stones that I've had here before. I'm going to use some of the pavers, because I got a palette of different size pavers. I've got long ones, square ones, big ones. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at the old pavers that I put down 10 years ago. They really need to be pressure cleaned. Here's the old pavers, okay? There's the door that goes into the house. And turning left here, I'm going to have a little breakfast area underneath this hibiscus tree, just starting to put out the first blossoms of the season. There's enough room here for a small patio, a small table, a couple of chairs. You can sit here in the morning and have your coffee. On the other side, the pavers are going to butt up to these existing ones, and they're going to proceed all the way to the fence, and then to the left and to the right to be underneath that other hibiscus tree, which will provide increasing shade as the years go by, God willing. As the hibiscus tree in the south corner grows up, the hibiscus tree in the north corner will grow up, and this bougainvillea in the middle will grow up, and all three of these are, at least in my mind anyway, I'm trying to see the end from the beginning. The three of them will grow together as a canopy over this western side of the backyard. And it's going to be spectacular about 5 years from now, if the Lord tarries. It's going to be beautiful and flowering profusely this time of year. But as you can see, there's a lot of work left to be done. I'm not supposed to be carrying this stuff and lifting all these heavy things with what happened to my back a couple of months ago. But you know what? Getting up off my ass out of the chair at my desk and actually doing this kind of stuff is very therapeutic for me. And the pain hasn't gone away any, but actually it's increased. But I'm able to tolerate it more. Something to do with endorphins, or a body that stays in motion. How does that go? A body in motion stays in motion, right? Body in motion stays in motion. So I've made a little office in the home. I'll show that to you on the next video. And I built myself a little standing desk. So it's about yay high. Here, if you look at these stones for reference, it's going to be about this level here. And it's going to be big enough that I can do everything I need on it. Doing a lot more planning lately. Design type stuff. The kind of architectural stuff that gets done before the contractors show up to do the installation of the stone countertop. For the last 12 years, I've been dealing mainly with contractors. I'm switching my focus to the other side of the business, dealing with homeowners who want to purchase granite or marble countertops, granite or marble flooring, anything to do with stone on their property. I can sit down with them and advise them and earn a commission for hooking them up with the right deal. So I'm not going to be doing as much of the one-on-one stuff on the phone with contractors anymore. Thank God. But God's also blessed me with a lot of customers. I mean, a lot of customers who call me several times. I mean, usually not a day goes by that I don't have at least one or two customers calling me to place an order for something. Which actually just happened before I started this video. So I've got to get back to the office. And just wanted to let you know what was going on down here. We're really enjoying life right now. This is the perfect time of year. You should come down for a visit when it's January and 7 degrees below zero. You can come and stay in our newly furbished guest room. I mean it. Come on down. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.